Hey, I'm just about to get started on my daily lunch run. I wanted to take a moment to talk to you a little bit about a topic that's been coming up a lot lately. I've seen it discussed on Reddit and Facebook, and I'm not the first to tackle it on YouTube either, but it needs to be discussed. It's an important topic. That's balance, specifically balancing running and your training with work and family. And in the spirit of balance, I'm going to subject you to some more home video footage. So while I talk, I'll let you watch our family at a drive-through animal safari park recently for Barry's 3rd birthday. This topic really speaks to the heart of this channel, which is to encourage and educate really anyone about running, fitness, and outdoor recreation. But I especially want to show parents the importance of nature and that they can chase their goals. But I also want to be realistic, and I think any conversation about balance needs to start with a lot of thought about your priorities and looking critically at your current situation. And then you'll want to craft specific goals around your ability to meet the demands of that training. Now, everyone's situation is different, and I know I am lucky to have a very supportive spouse and family, including Barry's grandparents. Also, the obvious fact is that we only have one child. All of this will play into your ability to train during this specific season of your life. And I should mention some of the most obvious options for balancing training with work and family commitments. First is timing of your runs and workouts. This can be early morning runs before work or before the family wakes up. It can include lunch runs, which is what I prefer, or it may even be in the evenings after work or after the kids go to bed. The second would be method of training, such as using a treadmill. Also, don't overlook the importance of general cardiovascular health and endurance. If all you can do during the week is indoor high-intensity workouts or using a stationary bike while the kids play, maybe you go on family hikes, do what you can and then try to get in a long run on the weekend. This may not be a strategy that will win any races, but it may very well get you to the finish line. Now, for more unorthodox training tips, try involving the family. In my 100-mile training week video, I ran a couple of my long runs while the family biked alongside me, and we had a blast. It really made the miles fly by, and it got the whole family outside and moving. Again, I know I'm lucky to have a wife willing to do this. And lastly, a couple tricks we have employed because my wife and I both want to be able to train. One was alternating weekend days for your long runs. For instance, Brielle may run on Saturday while I watch Barry, then I'll run on Sunday while Brielle and Barry hike, often on the same trail. Also, we have used babysitters or willing family members to watch Barry while we get a trail run in together. This goes back to priorities. Perhaps you will decide to use your existing babysit budget to help you get in a long run instead of a night on the town. Now, to wrap up, let's go back to a couple things I mentioned earlier: goals and priorities. Let's expound on the idea of specific goals. I want you to think about what you can do using the options we've talked about and see if you can come up with a plan that matches your goals. And if we can't fit in more training, can we alter the goal? Maybe rather than qualifying for Boston, maybe it's to finish a marathon. Or rather than training for a fast time at your first 50K, maybe you aim to finish. And that brings us back to where we started: priorities. Now, I really want to be supportive and encouraging here, but I will be the first to tell you that running is not the most important thing in my life. For one thing, it can be taken from us in the blink of an eye. But hopefully, the people and the relationships in my life are there forever. And if I have to choose one thing to invest in, you can bet I'll be pouring into those relationships. Yes, running is hugely beneficial and self-care is important, but I'll say it: ultra running is a bit extreme and sometimes a little selfish. Reading, meditating, taking a walk, countless forms of exercise are also beneficial. And they don't require 5 hours of training on a Saturday. We're all striving for balance, and perhaps this thought will help you as it has me. I do love to run, but I do not live to run. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe. I just finished my run, and I realized I failed to talk about training in one specific context. Really talked all about the concepts of training on a specific day-to-day basis, about getting out the door. But did not mention the thought of you're balancing your training schedule in relation to the calendar. So really think about when in the year is the best time for you to schedule those races and peak training months, and how you can coordinate your own planning and your own calendar to better align with your racing calendar. And then take advantage of your off time. Do not be afraid of taking a zero day or a zero weekend. I'm talking to you right now while you just watched that day at the zoo. I didn't run that day. I didn't run that weekend. The week before that, you watched a camping video up here. Check that out. I didn't run that weekend. I had a busy month leading up to that with a 50K and pacing a friend for 20 miles and a 100-mile training week. All of that in 1 month's time. So a couple weeks after that, I'm taking some time off. I'm spending that time specifically and intentionally with family. So include that in your training, your planning, and make it happen. Make balance a priority. Thanks so much.